a war against radical Islam, and unless you name the enemy, you will never, ever solve the problem. Hillary Clinton also refuses to say the words radical Islam, even as she pushes for a massive increase in refugees coming into our country.
You know, she won't use the term radical Islamic terrorism. You understand that? She won't use it. She refuses. You know why she won't? Because her president won't use it. That's why.
And welcome back to the special edition of Hannity. Trump takes on Hillary Clinton. Now, that was Donald Trump calling out Clinton over her refusal to say the term radical Islam. Here now with reaction, Fox News Middle East analyst and foreign policy advisor to Donald Trump, Dr. Waleed Fares, also with us, the author of the bestseller In the Arena. Fox News contributor Peter Hegseth is with us. Waleed, when you really think about it, the Hillary-Obama era, when she was Secretary of State, was the era of man-caused disasters, overseas contingency operations. Apparently, the secret deal negotiations with Iran began at that time, pulling out of Iraq, creating a vacuum for ISIS. All of that is her legacy. And I haven't even mentioned Benghazi or Libya or China or Putin. That is not a record I think I would want to run on for foreign policy.
No, and I think the American people won't accept that record. Basically, the core of the problem, as you just mentioned, Sean, is the refusal, systematic, constant refusal by the Obama-Clinton administration of using the right terms, the right words to designate the foe. What they have done instead of the past 7 years, almost 8 years now, is to give attribute. Oh, this is extremist. Of course they are extremists. Oh, they are violent. Definitely they are violent. They're killing people. What they have not accepted to do is to call them Islamic radical, jihadist, Salafi,
well,
whatever.
Explain. Why the mysterious reluctance and resistance to identifying America's enemies? You know, they're not hiding the fact that they're our enemy. They're saying they're going to attack us. They're saying they're at war with us. Why the resistance?
Because their advisors and their experts have told them that the root causes of terrorism, that violence, is not the ideology. It's foreign policy, socioeconomics, jobs, what have you. And, of course, it's wrong. Even the Arabs
we have the Jobs for
Jihadi
wrong. Program and that we had discussed at length. You know, we learned this week, Pete, too, that it's costing $20,000 for the taxpayers for every Syrian refugee we're taking in, that we're told by our National Director of Intelligence, FBI Director, Assistant FBI Director, House Homeland Security Chairman, our former Special Envoy to defeat ISIS. They're all saying what ISIS has said. They'll infiltrate the refugee population, and yet we're paying $20,000 for people that will likely come here that are bringing harm to America. Why would she...
Which is what ISIS have already done that in Europe. She does it because she's baptized now in the blame America first, politically correct, progressive ideology that says America's part of the problem. We should all open our borders and be global citizens. And yet she likes to pretend like she's some sort of a hawk, like she's tough. Some people give her that credit. No. She'll maybe be more likely to be an interventionist, but she doesn't have the toughness to back it up. And that's what you see in Libya. You get all the intervention without the follow-through, so you get chaos. You're going to get politically correct and no gut willingness to win, and you'll get all of the supposed hawkishness. It's all bad.
So she was there at the beginning of these Iranian negotiations, which gave them all of the money and a ridiculous deal that nobody should have ever negotiated. She was obviously a part of the Libya failure, the Benghazi failure, the lies associated with Benghazi. She won't recognize radical Islam for what it is. And I'm trying to understand, why does she say she has these great foreign policy credentials? Because she accumulated a lot of air miles?
Because she traveled so many miles around the globe. Apparently, it's the air miles. Yeah, she also undid the Iraq surge and the victory there, and she misspelled the Russian reset button. This is her resume is, I was there, I was present, I was Secretary of State, but don't look at what happened under my watch. When Donald Trump's able to litigate what she has done, what Barack Obama has done, it is devastating what they've done to our nation, to our military, to our stature in the world, and he would be wise to keep going at it. And there's very obvious shiny objects like Libya and Benghazi, which need to be litigated publicly so people really understand how much they've abandoned our military and abandoned our warfighters.
And, you know, Waleed, I think it's something that we don't talk enough about. I mean, to think that, you know, our brave men and women fought, bled, and died, our national treasure, put their lives at risk. Many didn't come home. Many didn't come home with legs or arms that they had when they went there. And they won Mosul and Fallujah and Tikrit and Ramadi, only to have all of those gains that they fought for handed over to ISIS.
Yes.
which George W. Bush, Waleed, said was going to happen. She was a part of that decision-making. That, to me, is criminal, to ask people to fight and win and then steal their victory back, allow the victory to be stolen. That's insanity to me.
Yeah, I can read you very well. Look, beyond the battlefield achievements of our troops, there were 2 projects, or maybe 3 projects that the Obama administration had. One is a partnership with the Muslim Brotherhood. No matter what the situation is in Egypt, Libya, everything is burning there now. The second is the Iran deal. Completely collapsed. Iran is all over the place. The third was the reset button in Russia. Russia is in Crimea, as in half of Ukraine. So that is to tell you how successful these strategies were.
Yeah, not very successful. All right, guys, good to see you both. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sean.